In today's context, is it possible to be a Zionist but disagree with the Israeli government?
Absolutely. The essential founding principle document of the State of Israel, the Declaration of Independence, promised us that all residents, all inhabitants of Israel would be treated equally and fairly, and no matter what their race, religion or gender. And so as somebody who cares deeply about Israel and in its current form, I also care deeply about the quality of the democracy and equality for both Jewish Israelis and Palestinians.
And you have concerns about that?
I have concerns that it's sometimes difficult to hold both of those ideas at once, but I think that we, as Jewish people, or myself, is able to hold both ideas at once. I think that the discussion in Australia has become like a football match where you have to cheer one side or the other side, and I absolutely reject that. I think that we as Jewish people, as inspired by our heritage and our values, can hold the pain of both Jewish suffering, which we've seen here through various people's discussions, and also the pain of the Palestinian people.
And what about from the river to the sea?
Well, I do want to offer a different perspective on that, because in the time that I've spent in Israel with many of the grantees that the New Israel Fund has supported, activists would use from the river to the sea to talk about human rights for both Palestinians and Jews and anyone who lives between the river and the sea. I would like to see, in the organisation that I represent, two states side by side with everybody enjoying civil and human rights between those two, between the river and the sea.
So when you hear from the river to the sea, you don't find that offensive?
I think that many people do not know what they're saying when they're saying it. I'm not sure that they fully understand what it could mean to Jews, and it is deeply offensive to hear it, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, to my ears, means that no Jews will be in Israel. What I would like to see is that there is more dialogue between people in Australia, Jews, Muslims, people of no faith, to really stop and understand and ask, what does it mean to you? What do you hear when you hear that? Speak to Israelis, speak to Palestinians, ask them what their life is like living in a very complicated, difficult country at the moment.
Just quickly on banning this sort of language.
I think we're a democratic country, and I would be concerned about banning terms. I do think that globalise the intifada cannot mean something else. It's a violent call, and these are supposed to be peace marches. I would like to see much more hopeful, peaceful activity and language being used.
Let me just get some final thoughts from both of you about what needs to happen, and not just what government needs to do, but I suppose what we all need to do here.
We do that by taking inspiration from many Palestinians and Israelis that I work with in Israel and Palestine, who are building organisations together to ensure that they can live in a democratic and equal and just society. If they can do it there, then I truly believe we can do it here.